Of the tape in this first event of the night, brought to you by Paramount's new release, Eon Flux. 33-year-old Prangley, not quite as tall, not with as much reach as the veteran Jeremy Horn.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge of this contest is Mario Yamasaki.
You know, no disrespect to Trevor Prangley, but Jeremy Horn got a nice ovation here. He's certainly a crowd favorite, a very familiar name in the circuit.
Very familiar name to mixed martial arts fans. Even though this is only his second bout in the UFC in a while, he's been around the world, and all the guys who followed on the internet have always been paying attention to the very unorthodox, unusual, and very creative Jeremy Horn.
Underway in our first of 3 5-minute rounds in this welterweight bout.
Jeremy's a very calm fighter, and with so much experience that he has, he really brings in a lot of composure. And as we said before, this is his debut at 185 pounds.
Jeremy Horn has fought as a heavyweight. He's fought as a light heavyweight. Is it easier to go up or down in weight class?
I guess it depends on the fighter. For Jeremy, I think, he got rocked. Trevor Prangley hit him with a big right hand. And there's that composure I talked about. Jeremy keeping his cool. That was a nice right hand by Trevor Prangley.
And Horn doing a nice job to tie up Prangley and give himself a breather after a couple of shots to the face.
To finish answering your question before, I do believe for Jeremy this is a better weight class for him.
Some effective work tied up with the knees. Prangley trying to give it back to him now.
Trevor Prangley very strong. We saw this against Travis Lutter. Really controlled his body, kept him pinned up against the fence, muscled him around, and ultimately punished him. Good body shot by Prangley. He's throwing those knees to the leg.
Horn really displaying some of his flexibility in getting out of some situations where the knee could do some damage, being pinned up to the back of the fence.
It's hard to really get a lot of power on those with Trevor pressing him up against the fence, but yeah, he's got some good high knees. And Trevor's got some good knees to the legs here. Jeremy tries again up top. Oh, that was a little low. So it is all right. Wow, good sportsmanship right there.
You bet.
Trevor stopped immediately, looked at him, and Jeremy nodded, and they go right back to it. It just shows you, I mean, this really is a sport, and these guys have a lot of respect for each other.
And the official stands him back up against the fence, away from the fence, that is now, with inside of 2.5 minutes left in this opening round.
Oh, good combination by Jeremy Horn. Good leg kick.
Prangley with some quick strikes.
Takedown by Prangley. Jeremy Horn's got him in guard. Guillotine.
Wow.
He's got it locked up. He's got that guillotine locked up. Jeremy Horn has a very good guillotine, too. Trevor Prangley is trying to get out of Jeremy's guard, and he does that. Excellent job by Trevor Prangley. Jeremy still has that locked on, though. What Jeremy's going to try to do is get his legs back into a position where he's in guard. He wants to push on Trevor's left hip and get his right leg out. He doesn't want to let go of that head, but he's losing it. There he goes. Now this is a bad spot for Jeremy because Trevor Prangley has really good control. Jeremy's hanging on to him, though. Jeremy's got a very good guard. He rolls for an arm bar. Trevor's arm is in jeopardy. His hook, the right hook that he's got on the arm isn't quite deep. It's not that deep, but he does have, now it's getting deeper. Notice how Jeremy is trying to get his elbow closer to Trevor's elbow. He wants to get the hook in deeper and tighter.
Amazing flexibility on display from Jeremy Horn here. On his back, but seemingly in control.
Well, he's got an arm. What he wants to do is find a way to either sweep Trevor or he lost him.
It's got to be hard to hold that position for as long as Jeremy Horn was in there.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's practiced holding it a lot longer than that. I mean, guys who are really good off the back, you develop incredible endurance in that position.
Would there be an advantage for Jeremy Horn? Does he prefer this fight being on the ground?
Yes, I would say so, but I don't think he wants to be on the bottom. I mean, he does have an effective guard, and he can finish guys from his back, but he would rather not be there.
Light heavyweight champ Chuck Liddell watching with just as much interest as anyone in this sold-out arena.
Again, Jeremy rolls for the armbar. Same position.
And the end of the first round. Fantastic action to start the night.
Beautiful, Trevor. All right, let's take a look at the replay. Jeremy Horn coming close to finishing the fight here. Sinks in the guillotine, has him locked in guard, but Trevor Prangley hangs on and forces his way out of the position. But that's a very close call. That's tight.
Heavyweight champ Andrei Arlovsky here as well. Two of the many notables that are here at the MGM this weekend.
That's our round. 2 more, baby.
Nice round. Good work. All right, man.
We talked about the first round from Jeremy Horn's perspective. What would Trevor Prangley like to do here in round number 2?
I think Trevor Prangley, even though Jeremy threatened him with arm bars a couple of times, I think Trevor would like to keep Jeremy on his back.
Are you ready?
Keep him on his back and keep him pressed up against the cage if that's possible. But he's been pretty effective on his feet too.
Round number 2 underway.
Good right hand by Jeremy Horn. Good knee by Trevor. Trevor Prangley's throwing some bomb. Nice knee by Horn. From a very unorthodox position. Very awkward spot there, and he just reaches up with the knee.
Trevor Prangley told us before the fight that while not in awe of Jeremy Horn, there's a lot of respect here. He was quick to credit Jeremy Horn as being one of the best fighters of our generation.
And he definitely is that. Good body shots inside by Jeremy. Nice knee to the body there. He's very well-rounded, Jeremy Horn is. He's excellent striking, excellent on the ground, excellent in the clinch. I mean, he's just a real complete mixed martial arts fighter. Nice knee inside by Jeremy.
A 2-0 record for Prangley in the UFC, a mixed martial arts record of 11-2. Nothing is compared to Jeremy Horn's MMA record, 85 career victories in over 100 professional MMA bouts.
That's pretty impressive. Jeremy's really roughing him up with these elbows and knees. Trevor's responding, but Jeremy's getting the better of these exchanges. Oh, tried a kick from 2 inches away.
He is unafraid for that unorthodox kick, is Horn.
Trevor's got a hold of a leg, and Jeremy's on his back. Trevor's going to try to look to pass here. He wants to get out of Jeremy's guard. He looks a little tired. He might just be waiting it out here, trying to regroup.
See Horn trying to get the head up for an elbow land from his back. Prangley doing his best to pass that guard.
Jeremy looks like he's trying to lock a hold of an arm again. I'm sure preparing for this fight, he must have anticipated that he was going to be on his back a lot.
Welterweight Diego Sanchez, a winner at the Ultimate Fighter 2.
Mixed reaction from the crowd. He says, "Hi, Mom." Very impressive victory over Nick Diaz in his last fight.
And the ref stands him up.
Go! Mario Yamasaki doing a good job of keeping the action moving. Good leg kick by Prangley and a takedown.
And Horn is back in that reluctantly familiar position on his back again. So Prangley's been able to do this now 3 times, but he really hasn't been able to pass the guard as effectively as he'd like.
He actually hasn't even tried yet. I mean, he's just been content to stay there and throw small punches, and that's not usually the best method.
Do you think he wants to? Is he being waylaid there, or is there some strategy behind not passing the guard?
There's no strategy in not passing the guard. You're definitely better off getting into a dominant position, but he's right there, and he figures, you know what, I can punch him, and people have won from inside the guard. They have knocked guys out from inside the guard, they've stunned them and hurt them, and eventually finished them from inside the guard. But it's not the most effective position to be in.
That's the slow death, the torture process, as opposed to the knockout method.
There's the school of thought that trying to pass the guard, nice kick by Horn, good punch by Prangley. There's a school of thought that trying to pass the guard requires too much energy, and you're better off just staying in the guy's guard and punching him until the ref stands you up. I don't agree with that school of thought, but there are guys who have won with that.
Approaching the 1 minute mark in the second of 3 scheduled rounds.
And down they go again.
This is just the beginning of our night at MGM Grand. Still to come, Joe Riggs and Matt Hughes. A championship bout between Nate Quarry and Rich Franklin.
Elbows from Trevor Prangley.
And a good shot at Jeremy Horn, a little cut up as he's been on his back for most of this fight.
Trevor looks like he just wants to stack him and just keep dropping these elbows down. He's not making any attempt whatsoever to get into a more dominant position. He's content to stay in the guard and try to dish out his punishment from here.
Well, in terms of scoring, there really hasn't been a lot of offense from Jeremy Horn here. Inside of 10 seconds now. Horn gets it back to his feet, and Prangley goes to boxing.
Nice knee by Jeremy Horn.
The end of the second round. Much like round number 1, fantastic action.
The Fall Guys in the house.
Yeah. With the Broncos cap going.
With a hot one. Very nicely made.
Do that for me. This is Trevor, I'm asking you a question. Can you do it for me? Okay, I need you to do the same thing. You can't let him get off first. Okay, go, Trevor. You did beautiful that fight, but I need more of that. Trevor. Confidence, confidence.
Lost the second round in there. Keep going.
Close.
Jeremy Horn very aware. Believes he wants the second round.
You have to take this fight right now.
Get some Vaseline on my left eye.
Okay.
Keep breathing deep.
There's no reason you can't take him down.
Keep going to shoot elbows. Don't give up the takedown. You're going off the
Finish this guy.
As we mentioned, coming up later tonight, Matt Hughes and Joe Riggs. What was thought to be a title fight until Riggs failed to make weight yesterday. Both fighters will continue despite the fact that it is not a title bout. That's going to be a fantastic welterweight matchup coming up a little bit later on tonight.
I'm just happy they're fighting.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
When I heard he didn't make weight, I was like, oh no, what are they going to do? But the show will go on.
The third and final round of our first piece of business tonight is underway, and Prangley comes out with a series of punches and a missed head kick.
Nice leg kicks by Prangley. He's got a great right leg kick. You heard in the corner, Billy Rush was saying to Jeremy that Jeremy can take Trevor down. He said, don't give up the takedown. This is MMA. You can take him down. Trevor's so hard to control. Jeremy's going for the takedown here. Taking his advice. Trevor's very good at scrambling to his feet.
Well, it looked like Prangley had him set up for a right punch.
Yeah, it looks like Prangley might be playing possum or he might be tired.
He could be
he's taking some shots.
Oh, now he gets Horn back down on his back.
It looked like possum to me. His eyes looked wide awake.
You called that.
It looked like he was leaning back and breathing heavy, but his eyes were wide awake. And again, Trevor stays in the same position, content to stack him and drop elbows and punches like he has in the previous round.
From a scoring perspective, you'd think that Jeremy Horn knows that if this goes to a decision, he's going to have trouble. He's got about 3 minutes left to try and do something in the minds of the scorers.
Yeah, I've got this 1-1 right now. And I think Jeremy's got to do something in this round to pull it off. Right now, on his back, even though Trevor's not landing anything devastating, he is controlling the position of the fight. I think Mario Yamasaki, there he goes. He's going to stand up. All right, this is good for Jeremy. Jeremy's got to pour it on here. We got some loose tape here that Mario Yamasaki needs to trim up.
So a stoppage. Did you note the crowd getting into it at the exact time Mario Yamasaki stood the two fighters up? It's really become a very savvy UFC crowd. They knew exactly when to break them.
Yeah, they're enough.
And among the savvy fans, Jason Giambi from the Yankees is here. What are they booing the Giambino for? Come on now.
And the fight continues. Trevor Prangley with a big right hand. Jeremy Horn trying to sink that guillotine in again. He's got a standing guillotine here. Good job of tripping him, keeping them down, but he lost the guillotine here. He's trying to regain that hold. Trevor's got a hold of Jeremy's right leg. Working for a takedown. Jeremy landing some short punches there, but not much on him.
What do you do? What can Jeremy Horn do from this position
Turn here like he's doing here. He's going to try to sink in that guillotine with his right arm. He's got his arm in the position, and what he's got to do is rotate himself so he can get his left leg in between his body and Trevor's body.
Trevor Prangley is so doggone strong.
Very strong, very good control. He's a very accomplished wrestler, and just a thick, powerful individual.
Yeah.
Now Jeremy's trying to work that leg in. See, okay, he's lost the head. Jeremy's got the full guard. 2 minutes left, though. He's got to make something happen here.
And this is right back to where we've been for much of this first bout of the night.
And Trevor's not making any attempt. He's not threatening at all to pass. Mario Yamasaki's going to stand him up again unless something happens here. Trevor is just not being effective in the guard.
And you'd guess that would certainly be advantageous for Jeremy Horn to get back up on his feet again.
Yeah, it's definitely in Jeremy's favor. There we go. Mario's going to stand up.
All right, so Jeremy Horn has an opportunity now with roughly a minute and 15 seconds left in the fight. But back down he goes.
Now Trevor's got him in side control. That's a better position, and he's got a hold of Jeremy's head. Trevor he lost it. Jeremy's going for the takedown now. He's got the trip.
Inside of a minute.
Jeremy has to pull something off here. He is in danger of losing a decision. He's almost got Trevor to his back. He's got to suck Trevor's legs out.
I think at this point, Trevor Prangley's as gassed as he looks. I don't think there's any possum to this now.
No, I think these guys are both really tired.
He is holding position and just hoping for the next 30 seconds to go by quickly and put this in the hands of the judges.
But look how strong Trevor is. Just holding Jeremy down. Jeremy can't take him and put him on his back in this position. And he's in the worst spot because he's taking punches. And he stands up. Shows you the strength of Trevor Prangley.
The final seconds ticking down in the third and final round in this bout. And that'll do it.
Tough fight to call.
Well, this welterweight bout, our first piece of business tonight, will be in the hands of the judges. Let's bring in Eddie Bravo to see how he scored this thing.
Well, it was a really close fight, hard one to call. That first round I gave it Jeremy Horn, although it could have went either way. Trevor Prangley landed a big right hand early in the first round, but Jeremy Horn almost had a guillotine, went for 2 arm bars, was more aggressive, and obviously wasn't really that hurt from that right hand. So I gave him the first round. Second round, I gave him the second round again. Although Trevor Prangley had a couple good takedowns, he really didn't do anything, didn't try to pass the guard, really didn't have any effective striking. So I gave both first 2 rounds to Jeremy Horn. The last round, Trevor Prangley, I gave it to him. He got some takedowns, was a little busier, but I gave it to him mainly because Jeremy Horn really didn't do that much in the third round. 29-28, Jeremy Horn.
Let's see if the judges agree.
Randy Couture is here, one of the most popular figures in the history of the UFC, of course. And it really gets loud for the former light heavyweight champ. And the judges having just as much trouble as we are trying to figure this one out. And let's go to Bruce Buffer for the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Jeremy